Before we start, I want to say that this video is probably going to be filmed throughout multiple times because I am working with the natural light and I have a lot to get through, so bear with me, but let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Jessica. I post travel and adventure videos with my family, cooking videos with my sister, and sometimes reactions and book review videos. I posted a while back a TikTok video talking about my book collection. Macy's Kindle commented, "Show it in depth, bestie." So I thought, let's film a book tour video where I show you my shelf. So I have this shelf, I have the famous mirror where I film majority of my TikToks. I have a shelf over there and some books down here and even down here. I also have books over there. Oh my gosh. I have a lot of books in my room and I thought it would be a cute idea to file them along my dresser. This is the famous mirror where I film majority of my book talk videos. I've gotten a lot of comments asking about what books are on my dresser.
As you can see, I have the Harry Potter books and a series of unfortunate events. I also have a few other books on the side that I don't mind keeping away from my bigger collection.
A lot of these books over here I bought during my trip to California. The link to that series will be down below. I vlogged the trip, and if you're interested in bookish content, I visited a few bookshops, so you'll definitely enjoy that. I might move these books around because they are pretty hidden. A few of the series here are books that I love and I want to take out of the shelf, like the Dirtier series by Lauren Asher, which I cannot recommend enough. I did stick those books in there because they were damaged. I filmed an unboxing video. If you want to see how damaged they were, then feel free to go check out that video. I'll link it in the description below. For the books that I bought during California, I posted a haul video, so if you want a more in-depth discussion about why I bought which book, feel free to go check that out. I'd like to post reading vlogs on these books, so I will definitely do that. I've already posted reading vlogs on the Dirty Air series. They're not reading vlogs, they're more like book reviews. In this drawer over here, you'll find a bunch of travel and adventure material, whether it's Air Canada's magazines or park maps. I love collecting bookish materials when I travel. My mom made a joke a while back saying that my books will soon touch the ceiling, and well, she's not wrong. So what I've had to do is I keep some of my books in the drawer down here. I usually keep magazines or comics down there. I ordered magazines in elementary school through Scholastics. We would receive these booklets every week. I remember wanting to buy everything. It was like heaven on earth for readers. I've won one giveaway through Goodreads. I've received one physical ARC from Scarlet Lantern Publishing, which is this book over here. I filmed an unboxing video for that book. Not only did I receive the physical book, but I also received a bunch of goodies, so if you want to see that, feel free to check it out. I also received book mail, which I am so shocked and grateful about. I created an Amazon wish list where you can put a bunch of books or things that you want people to send you, or in my case, I created kind of like a list of books that I would like to buy. It's kind of there for me to remember, or it's there for people to be inspired and find books that I've been reading or that I've heard good things about. When people send me books from that list, it's so cool, especially when it's a book that they recommend. Like, I received Punk 57 from Anna, and she said that it was her favorite book and she recommended it to me. I also received We Were Liars for my birthday from Sally. I received Chain of Gold from Allison, and honestly, all I can say is thank you for sending me books. I'm such a small creator. That is so cool. My ebook collection. I read ebooks off of my phone. I use the Kindle app or Apple Books. I have a very big collection on my phone. It's just so much easier for me to read ebooks. I can get through an ebook in a day, but a physical book takes longer for me to read. I have no idea why. I think it's easier for me to annotate on ebooks rather than write on physical pages. But I love ebooks when I'm reading at home. I prefer them when I'm reading at home at night because it's easier to read when the lights are off, you're just in your bed. But when I'm out in public, I do prefer physical books because the glare from the sunlight hitting your phone, that's annoying. And then also it wastes my battery, so I'd rather use my phone for filming when I'm out and about and then read a physical book when I'm out and about. There are a lot of ebooks that I have that I would love to have the physical copies for, like Elle Kennedy's books. Even though I have two already, I have The Deal and The Risk. And oh my gosh, I talked about this on TikTok. I applied for her ARC for the Good Girl Complex and I got declined and I was so sad. And then seeing everyone receive the paperback ARC for The Legacy broke my heart because I'm like, oh, I really wish I was at that point where I could be the one receiving ARCs like that, because it was so cool seeing people receive personal cards saying, "Hey X, I hope you enjoy the read." Like, oh, so cool. One day I will get there. And I think I'm slowly getting there. I mean, Scarlet Lantern Publishing has sent me books, and they sent me 12 to 15 digital ARCs, and then they sent me the one physical copy of one of the ARCs, so I'm slowly getting there. The Monster in His Eyes trilogy, I have those 3 books on my phone. I would love to have the physical copies for those. That series is my favorite. I'm gonna say it's the first Mafia series that I've read that actually impacted me. Here's the thing with me, like, I'll either read books and I'll fly by them, or I'll read books and take a really long time, but I really absorb the material and I think about it a lot, and I kind of try to remember the plot and try to piece things together when something happens. So I did that with Monster in His Eyes. I followed along the story. It was so good. It was kind of one of those stories where things that were mentioned previously are brought back. When you're reading it, you're kind of thinking, oh my gosh, this was mentioned before and this is important, I can't forget it for later on in the series. J.M. Darhauer is the author who wrote the series, and it's only 3 books, but it was really good, and I would definitely read another one if the author did write another one. And then Katie Roberts, Chef's Kisses, literally such a good author, and I wish I owned her physical books because I love them. It's so funny that I'm a bookish creator, but majority of my books are ebooks. I've wanted to film so many TikToks with the Dirty Air series, but I didn't have the physical books. It's just so difficult to film when you don't have the actual book in your hand, and when you don't have the book to be able to do the transitions, or like you hold it up. So that's been difficult, but I just recently got the Dirty Air series. You can expect a lot of content coming your way relating to the Dirty Air series and the fine print. I'm so excited. Like I said in my introduction video, I'm really specific when it comes to buying books. I rarely buy books when there's people on the covers. Sometimes I can't picture the person on the cover to be the person I'm reading in the book. Also, I really don't like having shirtless men or women on books because it's just not appealing to me. But I will make an exception to certain books, like Schizo by Nick Sheff. I bought this book in Alabama at a Books A Million. I love this book because the person on the cover looks really interesting and it's not like a shirtless person. I love Call Me By Your Name by Andre Osman. I got the book cover that's the movie cover, and I'm okay with that because the way the men are in the cover, it's not something that puts me off. I actually like the way that they're posing in the cover. For We Were Liars, there are people on the cover, but it's kind of like a silhouette. And I actually enjoy that it's a silhouette because it does play into what the book is about. I also love when books have a story to tell even before you read the actual story. So like for Schizo, I bought that in Alabama on the way home from our New Orleans trip. When we stopped, this was my first time visiting Books A Million, and I thought, this place is like heaven. I've never seen a bookstore like this. I walked in and there were just books and bookish things everywhere. It was just such a fun memory, so I'm glad that I picked up a book from that store. Also, Schizo was written by the same author who wrote Tweak, and Tweak was adapted into a film called Beautiful Boy, and it had Timothée Chalamet and Steve Carell in it. If you know me, you know I love Timothée Chalamet, so I loved that movie, and I even bought Tweak, the movie cover, which I like. There's people on the cover, but again, it's not too in your face. I also got The Song of Achilles in San Francisco. That has a really good memory because my sister and I, we woke up early, we ate breakfast, we walked along the wharf, we went to Book Passage, which was this little bookshop, and it was across from the water, and it was such a beautiful place, and I took a bunch of bookish content. I vlogged it. It was such a fun experience, and I got a cool bookmark with it too. So not only do I buy books if, you know, there's a good memory or the cover looks interesting to me, I will also buy books from the thrift store. Like I said earlier, majority of these books have been thrifted. The entire Mitch Albom collection has been thrifted. All of my A Series of Unfortunate Events books have been thrifted. A lot of the Stephen King books I have. All of them, except for one. The book It was gifted to me during a Secret Santa. The rest were all thrifted. The moment you've all been waiting for. This shelf up here. It is one of my favorite shelves out of my entire room. If you want to see what books are here, pause. Okay, I'm assuming you paused already. So I have a lot of books above my bed, and you're probably wondering, Jess, have they ever fallen on you in your sleep? They have not. I can't really explain to you how I organize my books. I kind of just organize them in a way that fits best, and I put certain series together or certain categories. I have my YouTuber books here. For my YouTuber books, I have my Casper Lee book, I have a Joey Graceffa book. Those two are gifted to me during Christmas. I have a Marcus Butler book. That book I bought at Ollie's. Oh my gosh, I love Ollie's. It's the store in Buffalo, and it's such a good store. I don't know if they have locations anywhere else, but I love Ollie's. Their books are so cheap. I have the Username Evie collection by Joe Sugg. I love Joe Sugg so much. If you've seen my videos and I'm always in a burgundy hoodie, it's Joe Sugg's hoodie. It is so comfy. I have my Anna Todd collection, Cassandra Clare collection, Andre Usman, Mitch Albom. I have the Maze Runner collection, and of course my Twilight series. And this is kind of like my vampire section, except for the top 2 books there. I've bought majority of these books from the thrift store, a few from Indigo, which is the Canadian bookstore here. My physical TBR is pretty much endless. I do not follow a TBR. I'm the type that will read a book. If I see something interesting, I'll go to that one, even though I have a long list of books that I really want to read. At the moment, I'm hoping to finish the last 2 books from the Briar U series by Al Kennedy, because I read all of the off-campus books, and then I started the first 2 Briar U books. Then I found some other books that I really liked, so I paused on that and I went to those books, and I just went back and forth. And I used to be the type of person that reads 1 book at a time, but then I found that like I can't do that because I'm gonna die before I finish every book on my TBR, so I need to multitask and read multiple books at the same time. So now I'm kind of like, shoot, I can't forget about the series because I need to finish it. And then I really want to read the classics because it's just bookish 101 for me. Like personally, you don't have to read the classics, but I personally feel like I should because I want to know what the classics are like. And I read The Great Gatsby. I read a few of Jane Austen's short stories, but I really want to read her bigger novels, the more popular ones as well. So that's on my list to read. I want to read like Wuthering Heights. That is a book that I really want to read because I read the After series by Anna Todd. If you've known me for a while now, you'll know that I absolutely love Anna Todd's work. Wuthering Heights played a really big role in the After book, so I really want to read it. I've heard such good things, especially through this book. The references were so beautiful that I want to read it. If I missed anything, or if you want to know more about my book collection, then feel free to comment down below and I will respond through the comments or in another video. But I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up, comment down below anything you want. Subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell, and until next time, I'll see you later.